aerial tour of Accra to inspect the flooded areas. Unfortunately, the flooding has been very extensive today for several reasons. One, the recorded rainfall today is one of the highest in several years. The Meteo are looking at approximately 140 millimeters that was dumped on Accra. Last year, the maximum rainfall was 56 on a single day. And so the volumes are much higher. And so there are many issues to the flooding in Accra. There's climate. If you look at the rainfall pattern from 2024, 2025, to all the land to people to come and build on it. And so we need to, one, look at it from an engineering perspective in terms of how we can open up the channels, but at the same time, look at how we can identify all the buildings that are obstructing the waterways. We've said this many times. I'm tired of hearing it, but anytime you begin to take action and you start breaking houses, people think that government is inhumane. But when the problem arises like this flood, it affects everybody. And so all of us have been affected because of the conduct of a few people blocking the channels and preventing the water from passing. And so we'll call a National Security Council meeting. We're asking every district to identify, together with the Works and Housing Ministry, where the blockages in the channels are as they pass through the district assemblies, so that we can earmark those places for removal. We'll not only break the houses, we have to move the rubble out of the way, because there's no use breaking a house and leaving the rubble in the waterway. It's just the same as leaving the house. And so it's going to be quite a major issue in order to resolve the problem of Accra. But ultimately, the other solution will be to decongest Accra. And that's why we're planning that we move some of the city out, that is the major government departments, and then also create a new center of growth so that our people will start building outside Accra in a new city, instead of everybody looking for some space in Accra to build. So, but that's a long-term solution. Like I said, it's a 20-year project. They are still working on the designs. Once they do that, we'll demarcate. People can start buying plots. If they like, they can start building houses. We'll do the roads, bring the water and electricity, so that it eases the pressure on Accra as a city. But I just want to express my sympathy with people who have lost property. Loss of property. All the emergency fires in several years. The Meteo are looking at approximately 140 millimeters that was dumped on Accra. Last year, the maximum rainfall was 56 on a single day. And so the volumes are much higher. And so there are many issues to the flooding in Accra. There's climate. If you look at the rainfall pattern from 2024, 2025, 2026, you see that increasingly every year we're getting more rain in Accra than we used to get. GMET say that in 2024, for a period of 30 days in June, we had 85 millimeters of rain. And then in 2025, it increased to 172. And then in 2026, for the same 30-day period in June, it increased to 333. And so the waterways are not getting a chance to recover before more rain is dumped. And the wet days are more. Out of 30 days, 22 days, it kept raining. And so there were only 7 dry days or 8 dry days in June. And so that's the climate side. That is an act of God that we can't control. But then there's also the engineering and the man-made causes. That is, like I said before, Accra is built between 2 natural bodies, the Kwabena Mountain Range and the Atlantic Ocean. And before Accra was built, the streams used to flow through this plain to reach the sea. Now, the British brought the capital to Accra, and In those years, it was not a problem because Accra was a very small city. But as the population continues to increase and people continue to build, it restricts the path of the streams on their way to the Atlantic. So that's an engineering problem. We need to see how to open the channel so that the water can pass. But then there's also the other aspect, which is attitudinal and human behavior. That is dumping garbage in the drains, putting all kinds of items in the drains after we finish creating waste instead of sending it to the appropriate place. Even in the air, we discovered many illicit dumping sites where the wetlands are. People have gone to create a waste dumping ground.
Mortuary. On for transition home. Okay. Kingsley Latte Jr. Also from the Aburi shot, there is a building on top of the drain. And a wage also a Chinese cement factory. Yeah. It's also next to the Pambro salt. Mete se a crack on as I send you cry. Mete se Kofi Bento wasem. Wager almost Chinese cement factory. Next to Pambros. He mentioned keep it down. And Otojo. I don't know keep it down. I don't know there. But at least I'm out for him. Sa Chinese cement factory na ebe Pambros salt no. So wisdom Gambo komlase Villaggio no die. Ya ka Villaggio. All right. Thomas Pegolo. Abokobi Nadmo coordinator's house is on Waterway. Abokobi Nadmo coordinator house is on Waterway. Or say ewo EP Church Teman near Bibini Junction. Okay, so EP Church. So one Abokobi Nadmo coordinator if he is on the Waterway. Two EP Church a ben Teman. And what Teman? A ben Obibini Junction. Yanosu day. So Tony Ebenezer said will be the network is very poor. Yes, our network is very poor here. Yes, MTN, but if you because across the country will be use the phone. Then they will be incomplete. Nagana MTN a cable and about problem. Hey, nenga social media. Now who nim social media changana for? Nenga nim dia because of social media. Yeah, kwa jujuma. Okay, so all right, so Kokui, I got your information anyway. Ghana Hydro Authority is the institution to help in conjunction with the statutory planning committee of the various district assemblies. Yes, you are right. You are bankers. Okay, so Malam Junction, there is a filling station on a drain. Malam Junction. Which filling station is that? Almost yes, it drains. Oh, yeah. Agbanyaga says, Commander, the city needs redemarcation, expansion of major gutters, and redirecting major waterways. Forget it. Some politician be used to scano. Either redemarcation. The whole US scano could be an idea. Now my name Madame Fubi Bajuma na edim komo na me catch and say we now live in a society where sika na chese onim nyansa. Yes. And riches and I say sikenya ababa be competition. But I say untimi emblemi ohwa se de Akufo-Addo nombe wies kanwa. Untimi nka nchire obi ase ma obi ampeska because at the end of the day nkwasiafo say so be use scan de ababa say o man no. Nti they say no are free for all. Say Ghana baby aye druwe. Rollins abako, Kufu abako, Mills abako, JM abako, Akufo-Addo aba, JM asi aba. I mean, we have a steady case in Nigeria. They just moved the capital city from Lagos, right? But sebe yebenya obi a oyɛ selfless. Nanim brade no bekasa ade we no yebɛyɛ. Ni ahwɛ so ayɛ no. No yemane yempre. Sometimes we talk about a friend said the bus stop with the president. President ono nkwa o. Hwɛ Kwame say what point is kasa ombe hawa. O appointees in kwasiafo no mso ombe hawa on. Utibe ya oya. Hwɛ sɛ one wo makora ba miensa 90 fie ne mu 3 agimi. Efio, one wo na tie efio. Ebu akora no na te edan ba akumo. Omutimi we dey far na we dey far. Then just imagine say minister we wo ha, minister we wo ha, we wo ha. Just say Sebaya ebejai. Enka the best way ni we need to redemarcate the whole city to expansion. Be a major gatesmu. Anya adwuma bia o, but we will steal the money. Yebe wiase kanadi. Yeah, we will steal the money. We will steal the money. Na say me hu road bia also me in 2024 said ye na kwa mo hwe de road na aya. Udum se nipa kro no me say okoya na odi abo no gu na odi bitumi no egu so. See a election MPP votes ena oja hotipa ena okoy. Nobody is monitoring. And it's not just happen only under MPP. The Juma man Crawford. And that is the reason why recently I was so happy with the road minister, Agboja, and the president. They were moving. Move. Leadership, move. Koshe at the crow. Koshe at the crow, move. Oh, Nancy say, I mean, your penny chief of staff, Dr. Julius Debra. Me catch and say, Doc, move. You are the chief of staff, at least. Oh, SAJ man in Crawford, they should move. As you are moving, interacting with the people, who want to cry, still we are stuck with the old style of governance. We wake up in the morning, shower. Nah, I know the deep breakfast. Now I try V8. We go to the presidency. We go and sit there. We receive dignitaries. We receive for businessmen. We talk about business. You know, one two, Charlie. And then ultimately a contract say, you know, yeah, dim come on by 4, 3, 4. Ya be DF papa bi. By 6 now the nego akunya so ahwe TV kakra. No, you know, Charlie, we must move. Get out there. Interact with the people. You understand the issues. And that is where we can tackle the base. In the Agbanyaga, we didn't forget it. Forget it. Ana Kumasi to Accra Kwai. 2 political parties at me at almost 20-something years. The only thing they pride themselves in me 10 kilometers, where's me 11 kilometers, where's me 15 kilometers, where's me say kilometers for almost how many years now? I wish my own NDC party any part of this concept, you know, I don't know. But yeah, that is the reality. I wish that it never happened. But we live in a country where we are dealing with two evils. At least NDC is a lesser evil. But there are some conversations baby ya babe drunu nkeni kwa si yedi. Enki yedi sa nkomo no a na yedi nkomo no se ye wie Kumasi Accra highway. We are done. We shouldn't be talking about who did 16 kilometers, who did 8 kilometers, and why they say now why. No, we shouldn't be talking about this. Esenki kokra, ki conversation necessary. We are talking about something different. But here we are. Maxwell Kobe say will be a new Bawe. 10 houses after Pentecost Vocational Institute. That is from Pentecost Vocational Institute through Gilead School to Potomac Guest House area. Okay, so on my number, so you can call the person. You can call the person. Otum Victor says, I think they should have provided a dedicated line. Yes, I think definitely it's military, Ombewo. Mensa Otabel Church, Christopher Defo says, Mensa Otabel Church, Teshi Bush Road is on Waterway. Mensa Otabel Church way. Enipa mi enu na afre mi aka kire mi o. Enso de bia na Mensa Otabel preach morality kire ye. Kire ye said ye yesibu oman. Yet, me number man for so munye a whole video and fan send me. But me kaya most more candy say you guys know there. Me I don't know there. But yes, me say Otabel or Coco Pricio. Say any branch. In the idea one day be inviting no. I want to mean. We're free ball and no. I want to call. And we are blocking soon. We're seeing yeah, Mensa Otabel, yeah. Na Danka Williams is there or not crowd or yeah, yache. Na Mensa Otabel sorry die way. Why the Benyaku could drube abekwa budai no. O we are not all be preaching morality at Ghana ni abekre say yeah Jimmy. No fucking minds are no nim yansa. Mensa Otabel. All they want is money. They want to amass wealth. Because obviously, Mensa Otabel say oh sini dynasty or blocking sua. Not even assembly member who is that? Yeah. I don't know how to put it. Because how do we enyo monkwa na you? Na hwe ebinie Otabel wasi Otabel etani. Ne dan na enkremu dan. Wasi asinsuom. He's there. So the issue no nya say ebi a say obi etani a otimi ya de ope. Ebra yenye ne hwe. No, that is not the issue. Whether Tenny, whether Akan, whether a gun, whether Krobo, whether we are naturally born foolish, stupid. That is it. And though almost discipline, they are not doing it. Almost discipline, they are not doing it. See, build the roads. On my any discipline, no, you better reverse our achievements. We back. It will be so mampenia. At the end of the day, you realize that and that is the reality. That is what we are talking about. Because how to be a day way, your friend say, Minia Geoffrey Ababe Camp we are talking about this manopano. And they call to me Facebook, trying to solicit information on your friend is a man for almost see facilities or waterways, and people gave me some few, and I remember boss the Bible to me, so definitely I will let you know. And I have two people here who mentioned Otabel Church. Unimo.
Yes, a patient in jail.
Is it true, sir? He built it on a waterway.
That we've gotten information, listening to media, we say reports, you know, and Kofodo na free no. Now much they say baby a dynasty no. Na that area on.
Okay, so what to know on other platforms?
Other platforms say not flats the NASA area, but that building has added on to the aggravation of the situation.
That's all sinomu hunye. And what happened?
Otitru say they can say on the project I say engineers will be using say nyame ne go for attaching papa na Kwabena ato ene aje ana tete mensa no bomba be bibia keke man or they akuku da me for the bed e be the human into they should have had that knowledge so
but almost say that
say ye be hu bibi ye nye ha ne say na ka chire ode ende ke ye ne kakra na be yi
so you see
cutting corners up to cutting can
the entire me war problem. And if you have this Otabel preaching to you, sir,
let me say,
because
about financial we say no. Now that time I know board chair of Capital Bank. I can say unim accounting how to balance the credit against the debit now. Yeah, so that is the perception. We first a video now here. There's a way out of every situation. People have influence and on multimedia year maybe album pay. Say be kind of credit me and kasa bebre say ye bu obi die. And I want here. So say papa ba could be crap on crap no political affiliation. Me wan say me de say 18 years I say
no so NDC.
Also yes so NDC member keke o. Will be a contest here. And baby, now so when you be a wait my contest, so we was with the MP. And teachers will be all dumb. Need you cry a buoy. And we no can between so paying the commercial here. Or din in age man or more than humble. Until you can't assemble.
But you see, Otabel, for instance, I know it can never happen. Yeah. On my night, team no. Cause me casserole.
Oh, happy. I said to me happy.
Nancy, ya na me mabemo bu. Ya na. Sometimes I don't feel like talking because say ya dia memo adane won't saw me. Hey. Okay, so I think my producers and your video they can just put it.
So we will na body VFF. That's bush road in here. Ahon shipon jin gata mi fa chafen ahon.
Sir, you know ya Otabel dia.
Ofenra na wo fa pe shi no no. Be shi no ankasa. Sa area ho nyina no e baby a eye water carryway. Bon, David na me best 2 weeks ago na me nam chado. Na me twa me ni ehwe sa go the my you cannot want me emfa lagoon be gutter. A lagoon e bie etre e ono ane kwan so. Nsuo ye ento nsuo tobrewi bo se na ebie me akwala na me twem a bo se nkofo mo chidam na mo to net
coverage what now it's a coverage you say
it is an enclave a lagoon ho and so ya kana shesa and untimi ensi nsuo kwan enkotena se enna se onya bebi amfa
Dabi enti Otabel ade we ohun ye na enefe
ese on fatete ni mensa enkoye ide djuma we na nye se we tafa che o misira me kan se nye 10,000 adwuma ni si project dey si on e project kese party se omo be ye kra ye engineering na omo hwe omo meter ranges bi omo be ye se na me kire se omo na omo di ni hwambo se o ban kan kire ne dia e na entrance nka na be bubu ni aye water we ni enye
no but what about something kan kire me say okoto asase no oni any idea say the hono city I mean you can say that
no dey be na me kire say engineer abehwe e no no di sika him enti mimi so
do in the first place when in the situation call yes I didn't know why a day
na say ono de wa friend engineer no so akoto asase esi enko ka na ehu si ebebubu
Otabe die
o say
Otabe die
ne emu dia say
forget it
abedu bra bi a won misre wo enye say I'm not a wicked person but abedu bra bi a sa fraud you know you won't get our empathy.
No, but
unya ya nyem tutuo ni bio. Say we share da pa akoye na de bi enfa me tax sika.
Kwasi, the fact of the matter is that BBC bia no. Enyo hia ni a oton eye Kofi Brookman e kosi esi wo.
Debi.
Those in leadership, those at the top. But the point, just look at what do you mean from for Otabe in your example. Share idea Otabe akwakoye. In so fire no wako preach say ye nim nyansenti in so fire. Who say kwasi asem na oya fui pa.
Say metie ne preaching ni bi mu a e kire say some of niamani bi a etoye no atorencham bi a etoye no human error. Human error say inability to think. Oh, no, so clearly it is gross disrespect and disregard for the law.
You see, your friend is saying, yes, Baumia, a businessman, you are no front to near my money. Nidin is Atulinse is my friend.
Right.
Metiachi Motamibas and powerful from Menino, so I know Atulinse.
Right.
On Miniaka to Akran in the year Juma, or a real estate developer, but he's Baumia guy. Ebino say on the front ma Baumia. Oko a year Joulua.
I guy now ufa side Zoom Lion Park no.
Also, I see new estate. I know a holding a waterway. And the no. Atulinse na adwuma no koye no na masse sei no enso no ebufa nkrofo fie o area ho. Sa video no me dia send a president minim se wo hu so ahwe o so nhwe you. Atulinse no oni NDC fo di agro kakra no ani but in Saudi NDC ni MPP si wa obey MPP because na oye Baumia enipa according to sources no say ho no Baumia ena etwato ho ena ono no real estate developer ntino o front mano wesiwa say enke your mind ye nya akokoduro na de obenya akokoduro so aye sa demolition no Ghana mpanimfo no ana onye find that so we are dealing me won say the missing enkas and me feel say yadane Ghana ye leadership na dane abeyfo they come out during daytime no money ye abesu anajo na omo na eye ade no yeah because me hwe seriousness ya na omo de gire nipam na camera sisi omo so no omo kasa this thing we need to do this na omo frankrofo se mo nkoya na omo asia from ko dem we dey fansanka then what are we doing to ourselves? At the end of the so my why ostrich? Ya di etia shanwemu and ya to show you ya team ya dodgy. What dodgy koi?
They be an better ebium. Intisia okay, it's a failure to apply the law.
It's so simple.
I said that in Mrano. And so you better than any memorandum si benkuma na ye nyama no.
When you say our military task force you say, trust me, for the first time ya Ghana phone ni gidie ewo ye soja phone say enkosi aga because enipa no amode ahye ne nsa no the kind of course no be free baby akọ so no hwe say standard board nan say o say yes China for the mattress bi buy o say there
yes
yeah o say standard board for say so mo close look standard board penny ba ko frame to China ni bi a shop no ewo I think Techiman or so cost political figures or calls Yeah. Oh, that heart embu of mine. You come and talk to us in the afternoon. Any in Abesu. Anajo. Now wa ukra phone. Now na masi friend crofo. Munyai madi anonkoso. But we are complaining. Now you are complaining. So what is it?
It's time for bold decisions.
I doubt.
There be unim say. One thing I say when say I will kana area way. I mean shall. I say the great ones now. You tell Omonkase Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther, and Nkrumah Munini Amano. No krene can say and here nyaka kese ni muntra.
But they never survived.
But who say ye kasa ye cancel there and ye can ye tiwi ubo na car kwan kra ye beton.
Omonton.
Anam se me fie yanye heje a Prako estate enye enwrem bebia Prako estate nche hono na obi Kwabena ton road e ko obi fie obi aton se sankofo afie 9 inti no omom nkofa main gate no nti wo ton kwan no
president Kufuor papa pani we ya me ani anya den a e wa Kufuor at the time so onim se kuma se eye sa hotel we omo friends Lancaster lame wo no e o block kwan na sifie wo ho se otoy
sa Sanyama way, it's time for bold decision.
Or to feel more or ye work on Jimmy. Now, Kufuor to me, I knew catcher say, what talk assassin or Lord Quem, Papa Penny, what demand penny pay.
Lawyer.
Sire lawyer. Freemason, so Jimmy, so a bodamu. And who sit there and see Lord Quem.
The deliberate breach of the laws, no, and Kufuor no more yet say, Emrano ho, so I say, ye baby a niguso. No,
because they control the system.
But we also control our voices.
Yes,
we can still shout.
You shout, but to what extent?
To the extent that I've been telling people, say, the pain, say, advocacy word is CSO and NGOC. Yeah, the pain, you do free ATM, and Ghana 40 or Mudium Kukumoti MPP Fiona. And then one step, and to say, big Sammy say, me won't tell me.
But also,
say dream and the catastrophe poeno.
Yes.
Me dear, say, Sikano, yen just Sikano. Then you say, they be our shot, tricky beer. Yeah, me say, MPP for no Ajiatum say, Omega say, well, they've been punished. You almost fear bam into dom NDC for the engagement. Debbie, Sakasa, me tipena me bufu. What for Sikano? Now I say I didn't hear can. What say you fee a bemunti? Young Cosso. Sanya Moya okay says,
or say no enough punishment.
No. Why can't you say no punishment?
Oh.
And you will say, if you know who come and kuna moya popone say, Cotrana say, Sadia, Mobia me blame, so now come and a problem. One of them catch them.
Because, yeah, said, Emperor to me, could do Otabe, sorry, Dino Gufom. To say, dear. Dansuman akosono.
Yes.
No mo timi bu atulin se no mo dan ne gu fom a. At least e be send signal e wo my way mu. Ama obia because look kwasi me hu de ntia wa ban o party wa ban mu. Ni ama ensuo mu asase no wage. Na wasi.
It's also between the two me.
Obetimi the two me aye nti wa meye. Me o fa me koma me asase na ye laboni na ye waterway kura mahwe ni maka cha so mempe ade ma me mempe ene me komi kroma santema mpo akosi bi esi wura mu kura
no asase na okay nyina no tete huma nyina akire se aha ye si dan aha
why so
enti obi antimi ma ha enne emeka kire se ya ebre bia assembly be redesign and replanning no omo de to huma so enti se na me so ya me say ya ja group bi e ma omo atom ko bi wo ha omo atom pa se sa ko mienu we omo ho bem unim say ye beka bibia fa assembly no na permit ayaji e fa obi ho
na permit no ya free sro
enti sa MC for ne amanyina e so bia be yina no
obi amanyina no
hon na hia yen obi abeyi na no unim research na yete o CSO ene advocacy world no yete ne sa no na yenim say agenda bi a ochina de no ka eno ene enra de no membo nsi enim it should be very far away.
For me I think say reset no me papa GM ma me ye hu dede no. I think it was just about the economy. That is what I think.
The economy led the way.
From what I'm seeing, because
the entire America say Oman is aware it wasn't only about the economy, like the decision of FR cutting the size of government.
And I make
say governance, no, now it was overloaded.
And I make say I think it was just about
maybe you mean the expenditure side of it
expenditure,
but not really to meet the which is overuse of labor. No,
and your man you be on my way more. Kesa President Manko for Kofi.
Okay.
Kesi ya Bobby ma. Ya Bobby ma. Yeah. GMO na vima Ghana for no. So what you will be crab bonima wa bontianka Ghana for betiasie.
No, and you no kwa yeah me say I'm paying for be no mo ba ewo ebrebia na Ghana for the mass push e ba be say I'm paying for 2000 election no. It was a push. Say ono so obenya no ye national cleaning 1 2 3 bi na oje. Now here JMDA we are. I don't know if they are seeing the power that the people wanted them to wait, this was the last push, you see, so that there will be no excuse.
You see, the reality is that my president, I know, my papa, me nimno no say me ni. Eya na nkrofo bi to share. JM, you had the power in the trim. How can you tell me somebody is hard inside? I don't see it outside.
When Jerry Rollins was angry,
maybe in the private life. He's wild. You're fine. I don't have any problem. You understand?
On the job.
But on the job. Because look, no, the person shouldn't be there. I work with my production team. When we enter working mood, we have entered working mood. Whatever happens after human house one I don't have any problem. So when I feel like people feel so comfortable, people are working and they don't want to, crack the ship.
What else can you do in governance?
Then I think maybe JM wants to go home with a good name, that Mr. Nice Man. But that is what is happening to us. Because look, anyway, Mami Heti other ones, Obisi, okay, so Mensa Utabel Church, I'm done. Foster Senyaglo says my area in Ablekumo Duman. Okay, so let me move on. Charles Nana Edu Diwale say, see every development established opposite UCC Credit Union. Cape Coast.
Yes.
He mentioned Cape Coast. Okay. So Cape Coast. Every development established opposite UCC Credit Union building on Pedu Junction. UCC First Gate Road. That is from Flowers Gay School Junction to Amin Factory.
Yes.
2. Abra Hatchland Fuel Station and restaurants 100% on waterway.
Right.
Unimo Abra Hatchland.
Abra. Yeah.
Okay.
Abra.
3. 2 filling stations opposite Cape Coast Stadium, 100% on waterway. For this, I personally went with my son, who was in KG, now BCE graduate, to the office of NADMO Cape Coast. That is NADMO Central, to report to them about the development. They directed me to some office not linked to NADMO to make my case. It was sad. 4. Getting to Ankafo Junction after a Swachire Pentecost Church, new structures are growing faster there, 100% waterway. 5. Dumping site for Amamoma.
Next to UCC. It's one community around UCC.
Okay. Amamoma. And Apeusika.
Yes.
Is fast filling a river.
Yes. So that's on the right side if you are facing the sea off the UCC campus.
Okay, which is a huge water passageway for Cape Tech to UPSHS through to UCC, new site, and same serve as a water road for all water waste from the whole of UCC and the communities around it.
Right, from all the old site structures, it all descends to that side.
So Bola is filling up that. Bola is filling up. but not more. A disaster prevention agency careless. Kwesi Dawood knows all these places mentioned, and this one is coming from Charles Nana Edu. Very comprehensive report.
Asem kesi pa. Esa say the me dey say me dey catch the crap. I'm using me dey about 22 years picture and I'm dey ma on. Esa says the oka ama mama eba apeusi kai. UCC next towns now. Omuba Aigbe village one. So there's a waterway. You can the leaves now attention. Na was our water gauge nya eba eponum. Nti just say uchi sisi adan wo sisi ade a and the wo kan nsuo na eden. Ashe omo village o apeuska ni ama mama no.
Okay, so Rashid says go to Joma. The housing built close to the river. I don't know Joma. I don't know the place. Rami Kafura Hassan Osibobi Belakwa should leave that Kongbaria as soon as possible. Half of their factory is sitting right on the main drainage from Saki through Kongbaria.
Right.
And they have been there for quite a long time.
Right.
And when I'm penning in a chum to go. But they have been there for quite a long time, from I think Professor Mills' time.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and now Sabelakwa, I see what 4 times so see through to Mills' time.
Now here say Obuko see what so Ahane Abosiana Mudi, they feel the place. Tells you they know.
They know. No, they know.
They know.
They know what they are doing. But they say Omunim say ye leadership no.
Yeah, can't say both we say no they akosi so a na etimi sustaining we nsuo ni so a and they different.
Yeah.
They be so they abosia or compressing into onim baby o see ade no.
Yeah, onim. So Make Usiako also mentioned Belakwa. It's on water way from Saki. Okay, so you have 2 people. Charles Nana, Matachi on it. Frederick Kwaston says if they don't have, okay, so let me leave this one.
Of idea we can show back of random na epumu.
James Bosonfe says in Takrade, Kasaurodo, specifically, high tension needs some demolition exercise. So I said there's a place called Kasaurodo or something. Okay, so
these are individuals who are seeing and telling you, but there's somebody or town and country planning.
They don't care. But you see, me no say me blame as your phobia.
And I'm the
reason why me blame as your phone say, look. Yes, those people now omo waterway omo Ghana. They are linked to the politicians at the top, bro.
Yeah.
And you are no civil servant. Maybe I know you be media. Masa majumi boss me akatu yadi ni kakra na the opesa o ye bi why. In any case, in so ni ba you na be fire. Say that is the attitude of the ordinary Ghanaian. Oh, me fa on e ba ye nyina because enipa na wo ni deal no ohia so be pick just one phone call and one civil servant no ubenya problem. What you say? That is the problem. That is the issue now. Anyway, so Sebeya me Bobie say. Say udi agona me hu a me make me abodi direct woni pem. But ya na we no mo suro. Sa Garrick coordinator say. Yamfa say
this name shame people.
Yamfa say penny bi na afre no a na JM friend say omo pani krodi a ontimi osuro me Bobie me make me abodi ujira make me abodi say kwase ampani ti say wo na yes wo na afre me no kwase ampani ti say wo me make me ahwe ani maka acho say kwase ampani ti say wo
it say yes
and people like us, they don't want us to even come
they can't
closer.
Like us and we should accept it.
They don't want you to come closer. Baby, because and kwasi ade nipa no upani no ne na ma kwasi ade a wo di no on person obi abeka chance wo ye pani kwasi apa
to sing praises.
So wo yes ade we ye de tumi ahye won sa na wo di o man no boni say ewu ade akọ wo jimi pa. So they don't even want you to come closer.
Yes.
Na me ma closer enyama sem. But say me hu nko ade a so let's watch Villaggio. Let's watch Central. We report where here bay. Kwame, you should know where I am say every time. Now in a year EPA you you saw it, you could have written the name down. Oh. On production, ya mumwa yo ni adwene ni ya na ne man no doso. This guy akwaya Bantima Kokofu. So we can say MPP time. So get me the video. Na ye hu ba bi o mu si and send to
You can call it a tussle between ecological preservation and economic advancement. But the directive from the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, was seen by many as a win for the former.
Refusal means refusal. If EPA does not permit you or the entity that you go ahead to do against our requirement, the laws are there. We take you to court and we make sure the penalties are applied.
It wasn't long after news broke when social media users disclosed that contrary to the directive, work was briskly ongoing. Our visit to the site will confirm the fears of the cynics who felt EPA couldn't stand its ground and optimists who hoped this time the environment will win. Men at work trying to relocate pylons here on the Tema New Town stretch of land. We have seen that some massive groundworks are ongoing. Work that shows there is more than meets the eye, contrary to the picture painted by the TDC.
Like the building some containers and some like maybe plant where they will go use for the oil.
Okay, so how long you work for here?
Maybe getting to 1 month. I started in last month inside.
TDC is opposed to the view of the EPA that the site for the construction is.
Or say what they know. How did they know what?
We can't do
anything. A person like this with the greatest of respect must go home and must be punished.
Where April 23rd, 2021.
Yes, but crime has no expiry date.
No, but we're here. I must say, go legitimize it.
And you bet you are so action or no so by the hotel. Whoever took over from this gentleman must be punished.
Shemrania MPP NDC boss and two oil refinery. And I hear the guy sort of politicians well.
It's unfortunate.
And he said to my phobia,
yes.
I get sad. Seriously, me. Sometimes I cry. Say, onipa mesika din anim say, they made di because somebody can obey me dash you be pickups be 20, 30, 100. Tema.
And Meniaji pass.
Oh, okay. Bring it.
And Meniaji pass. You've embarked on one of the advocacy tools. I did back a year.
Our beloved town, what has become of you? Tema is sinking, and we seem not to care. The signs are all around us, everywhere. The leaders of yesterday have become slaves, drifting with the current and the waves. The fearless have become afraid. The brave hearts have begun to fade. Little by little, day by day, our beloved Tema slips away. Tema is sinking, slowly sinking, and we are standing by, only watching. Sad, 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 it breaks my heart. How did we let our town fall apart?
What we are living with. And Central MPP NDC are bomb. Nobody cares what happens to the society, to the poor, vulnerable people. What they care is what goes into their pockets, because the China guy is a very big guy. He has money. He sponsors MPP. He sponsors NDC. And that is the reality that we are living with.
This is a shame.
And you say, Mamo, they don't care. All that they want is we are using big cars, V8.
I'm glad.
Our families are doing well.
Becca say AC form no. Una me brio nyina omugota
her messages are bad. I think I need to stop reading. I'm tired.
E ba na che say bola ni niama na e dan ACC o. It is actually self-inflicted. Na sesi awaka is afa ntuo mi ne nko akese wana omumbu no. So omuntimi mmu enu krapo they should charge them penalties that can come and fix the problem. Ne amfa wu sika no ayaje eto no wo ho no. Ne amfa eto sika no amfa gotua ese ade na ese ni nti no yeyi hu ni aye seri akọ egota kese omu be kan omu ka tell say Spain ye je asase efi we say see o.
Kwachi me I'm not a prophet of doom, but one day akola bi be sorry obe ha politicians almost be politicians it will shock them.
Oh, who said and then emotional intelligence and democracy into
unim now people are ready to support anybody who is ready to shake the system. Trust me. Oh no.
What who said the ministry of democracy
Mame enya adie bi so I see obi send me message bi and I called the person to come to the studio. Me fe no so nka ho me pacho on my hine Apple on my hine Apple. So on my hine Apple you can have a seat. Let me check if I can find your Okay, so the gentleman sitting here sent me this message today, and I want to read it. Hello, good morning. Bobie, taxi drivers operating on the new Botiano route without prior notice increased transport fares. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union has stated that it is unaware of the increment. This raises concerns about regulatory oversight and enforcement. Is this the standard of governance we should accept? Drivers have imposed steep transport fare increases from 6 cities to 10 cities, Ghana cities. Station to MTN, Masalachi. 4 cities, 50 pesos. I say across 7 cities from station to last stop, Baba Dogo. Then from 7 cities to 12 cities station to Otinto. Okay, so Osende me your friend is say Abna Pokria ahine wa so kwame post for Abna Pokria no at the end to amame we then you do the video one for me. Yeah, okay, all right, so that's it. But quick one me wo yeminua on my hine wa say akwaba minua
Commander
to say
so
what is the issue?
Commander eya abofuno na tan ye papa say yeti o maimu te say me bania mo nkwamo a mudi ni nia no Commander is very sad say oman a yeti mu no Ghana nye banana republic o Commander say Ghana no mra wa ha o ye de mra soso ene hyehyeye soso ana eye adwuma na ubetena maimu na oman a wotim no temamufo a ewo mu no enim say emra wom na obi be sore say oye bibia onfam on gina mra so anonso onfan hyehyeye emfa nyeden emfa nya adwuma. It's so sad nia yetimu aye. It's so sad. New Botiano eye omo taxi rank na enye hope across Accra taxi rank bebre wo ho emu baako
ete wo moto.
Yes.
Eno mudiko insuo badia eso mu increase first will start talking.
Yes.
What you say? But say eyadia enka aban etmia bobra say we take the station, we put government cars there.
Exactly.
Say mass local cry they are mad drivers.
No correct.
Inti say aban no na operate station.
Correct.
Na aban no edge first. But it comes back to whether say a big jai chronobo near this can share on mine. Ghana, ye problem yinane chronobo no free chroma time.
When I Commander Yantia say
a buying penny for chronobono. Okay, so I'm not Bokria. You send me.
Yes.
I don't know her. Who is she?
Oh, yeah, broadcaster. Adom.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this Abna Pukia says this is a ticket, and I'm reading from her Facebook.
Yeah,
post.
the Facebook post.
Okay, so this is a ticket issued at Neoplan Station for passengers traveling.
And it is hitting about it is a national concern.
Yeah, everyone
more fakano. Na akwakwa ese e monopoly nti na omuntimi nya kamafo anaso omuntimi nya obi enhwema wo mo no omo ye din na Ghana fo suban no ya de ne ho saa commander eti me hwe asem na no, being a broadcaster, being a journalist, I may not have a platform because currently may government job and I may not have a platform to probably talk about some of these things actively some years ago. Rather no, I would leave it to the people I know. Ti commander me will number long time. And I made this.
The need the abetum say dia. Ebe and the tia okan. On say on your prophet. And so the okan no. Say ye hwe na ati petrol so. Na ati mono so odwane so. Na CD no. Ebe man ho so $80 no. It won't bring automatic flexibility. It's not by magic. And yeah, no akeke na bibi akoyi. And sense bi muti say beti me be dwiri papa na when economic benefit in egu. Say you didn't keep one for ni anko bibia. Obi achi wan kon na ono so de ne fe emia no hoyi. Ye war ikakra ko ma wo Iran yi. Si di kakra be to so no. Yin som de bi be to so. And so mfie na yi sa petrol no so nya no manfa ankofa fe no we nitiawa ya me say sa GPRT impaying no omombo modern minim say kinkita ondi ekwechiri pa omomfa we as a special case na omuni onye botiano kwa omuni nkasa across board
GPRT for na abre. That is what I think.
But again, to fair competition,
they are tired of this issue because Akoso, what I say, somewhere last 2 months or so, a be national issue, the task force for Kumasi.
Yes. I was secretary.
Yes. Because you see, GPRTU a lose grip, the leadership a lose grip, and I think the country is just sinking on
monopoly. Monopoly na manasa. Mo wani keke wo.
Keke ni okada for na de bia so Friday bia so omunya accident. Friday mostly Friday just say obehu say eyeden yo na ye de omo hwe ho. Boys are one more so almost so yen regulate one more.
So say yeah me say yeti there were discussions around Okada and how to make them stop gap or the medium term period munaka omunye sa joint short distance no keke no bia ebe pie mu wo dome e was Christian village e yita phone in efiri.
Anyway,
competition.
So what is the way forward? And I mean, be GBC. Akwaya juma bi wo so
Commander, nia eya me ya kese pa enene say. When we say omo ye sadie we ni area. Say bia wo fa wo station ho no okọ MTN ana okọ Masalachi a. Kane no na ye 6 cedis. Say no or dey 10 cedis. Na nia ya bofu no say enya bo 8 o'clock pe. A movie from 10 cities to 15 cities.
Everywhere.
No.
A movie from 10 cities to 15 cities.
No.
This is where I live.
But no.
Papa, it's not fair. It is crazy.
No.
And you see, when you talk about it, taxi driver in himself, or no, me attack me, na no eduane debut.
But if that is why tear me say and no and never more be a judgment and you
so commander easy
senior help me tear me we are not in a kangaroo state. And he said no and now sa chrono way there's no other word a chrono sa chrono way no entina tazi ni beka say o person say na juma na ejuma na say na say
actually
tear me I think say your account studio amesa so boss one transport minister should look at this thing very well. Now I'm making sure say transportation ya ne ye ka state bus ne nyina me nyina no me sure say some bus ana medium term Okada foi ye train omu year they can stand in there and bring competition PMO was baby I make sure Christian Village Junction or no that is not if that is what they want because say obi betimi akonya na ketia kakra bi minimum wage ayi okruma
maami abrewa wakọ market eba na also bayere also ade
let's transform go into this one.
Na fe we be gina honom epe card akoti nto no wo ade 10 cities no eduru numere 15 cities
na 5 cities
traffic mu afiti Accra ebedu Botiano junction obeduru
here
15 cities ebedije 12 cities.
No, this is a very big issue. But
many MC kasaye
what we say national security won any chrono say me kwa am robbers na no these are the issues these are unnecessary tensions.
Me can video ni mu
you see
me can unnecessary tensions.
But you see
you are getting people angry boiled by the day. You are a prophet. You are a very prophet. I mean, you are the very prophet this afternoon. Say, okay, say it is not only about say what petrol no so no. Exactly. Let's say in the face of the petrol na yate so no. The same arena, the same sector no. Ayate petrol. Yate petrol. Yes. What is this?
When you when you fail to add discipline.
Thank you.
In governance.
Rule of law.
Udiagra, all your gains
will be eroded.
Exactly.
I keep on telling politicians Rollins time were too quite crown or take Russia
power. He's mentioned it severally.
The fact of the matter is that
free economy in
that's all.
Free economy in
Thank you. Many medasi every woman live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. Somebody just sent me a message saying Bobie assignment to a jail could you 3 cities 50 pesos and taxes is Ghana cedis. But from 8 p.m. Trotro takes 5 cedis, taxi 10 cedis. If you complain, the driver will ask you to get down and walk.
Can you imagine?
All right. So, Mamimra GBC Kakrana Menkonkoye Juma and Ghana for Mutiemi and area. With GBC, me honorable member Betimi Atra probably can pick some of the few issues and talk about it. But so GBC, what is the issue, Kwashi? There is an issue with GBC. And any a picky intel say GBC or more episode more face or more DJ no head on or money no a pipi because Besendi Ora I mean the picture so you can put it here for me. Director General for Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. So yesterday we started asking some few questions, trying to catch up with information. All right, so this is Ora Amin or no Professor Amin on a DG Edema Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. And the information coming is about mismanagement, which you see, GBC mismanagement and common yene ye different a year champon amreso aba befra Rollins time and the aba bc a year your friend say Kufuor time through to President Mills. Say administration be no GBC for any demonstration. E been see every administration be on demonstration. Every administration they complain about mismanagement. Every DJ BR or BBR they complain about mismanagement. And it's becoming like, okay, so Yakoye BBR is with GBC. So the question is, indeed, GBC work case and answer omni case. Now they are just talking in the matter of this man. So we will put the issues about mismanagement aside. Then we deal with the reality. What we heard, and it's only in the month of May this year, Accra, GBC Accra, 36 workers and are resign everywhere omoko. Across the country from 2003 till 2016, inipa 100 and I resign under the leadership of this same man. So let's put those issues aside. Sebeya enye too personal. Whether this man is there or he's not there, he's not my friend. And unifu aminya mfasobia and free so. But it's my wish as a media practitioner, your national media platform can say GBC, and I wish it will function and function well. Ebeya me there because I want to miss me passion. So it's just right that we talk about it, and we'll just deal with this man. Amin minim bebre en komono 3 ways and common 3 ways. All right, so all African games that was in 2022 23 all African games and yema bebre koso and yema a course no, and that this is where the workers and the union leadership, that is where they have a problem. I don't like to go into their personal issues because I'm not interested. I know I'm not interested, but I am interested in anything accountability because of my upbringing, my political upbringing. Me NDC. I was born into MPP by default. Me kai the principles guiding way, and the principles of guiding way, then I fell in love with probity and accountability. So then I decided, I said, I'll go this way. Because in a country where we account for nothing, obviously indiscipline takes over and we are doomed, gone forever. So I decided to choose probity and accountability. Osha me WhatsApp, Rollins Nedao, even after his death, and he will be there till I also grow and die. Because a idea or dear Jame, probity and accountability. So let's come back to GBC with Professor Amin. African games, whatever. What happened was that issues PA. Issues PA, issues no come Auditor General to do its investigations. While we are in investigations, report about Bonting. I think the report in the buy is almost a year now. And they can't do anything. So let's take Felix out. However, Felix ain't me and Kase Oni Ehwasimbia Ekakra, so and ya public no ebetiase. All right. Now let's come
say or step aside in his own interest.
So in reality, Professor Amin, if say
reporting indicting the party.
Yes, but sometimes when it comes to integrity, it seems a because in actual sense, if you have been indicted in this as a professor, and as a professor,
you write a letter to step aside.
Because something is wrong, something is not right. Yes.
You should be interested in that integrity.
And he's a professor. We're young and case one no set example. We say no.
The Oka are indicting and outside of government operations say CSO4 say suspect say
where your government
document and no crowd push obetimia na say government auditor general.
Yeah. So let's pick some few issues here and deal with it.
Yes.
Then information Abane say this man was invited by BNI about 4 weeks ago. That is the information we are getting. About 4 weeks ago, including former Sports Minister Yusuf. They asked him some few questions, no money bill. And one also then a response concerning the Auditor General report on ECHO. So there is some sort of engagement between the state security agencies and him. Jumia Koso on the quiet. A minimal raising issue say until say court, no, you can't take him away from the place.
But you can influence process if he's still there.
Exactly.
So exactly. The can for entering your power. And no can say I can say assembly saba chon konchen. Omuni mienti omuka say sa nipa no ontwe ne wonko nchen no. Se anhwe a enhwemu nkra po nkra ta bi wo ho. Ah, enhwenu nkra hu enso hu ni nyina no. Mienu miensa ene nan na ewo na ehu ba kope no. Ono betimi afa ayeden e de ato nchen.
Exactly.
Obi aye bi pen. Enti na say dikafo no dwen o say efi ene eko no. Si ehu ni ehu say paper no ba kope ene enim na no fa wo ho a. Enu nti de twe ho sai. Let
me pick about 2-3 points. So give me the Auditor General's report. Then we can do something. Meka was me Honorable Akuganis in the house, and also a month for being in Sembika. Because in Sembi area or Mount Phobia, Honorable Boy,
me and we are no Jamaican.
No.
I hear
what to say you?
Wake up in the assembly.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
Yeah, quasi.
Wake up in the sorry, me for cancer.
Sorry. We say
so boy. That's how call for your sports.
Yeah,
yes, a back crown could be.
Yeah,
Omo for back crown ko. O mani be sun ma meti enti wo papa no wan kan dia.
Our class media.
Ese wo mani bi anko bi. Ticket no so ase tonton bi.
Jaina e kroma program kra Accra FM for akwa ase na ndisi for pamo.
Sir.
Oh. Now they are brutally.
Media.
Only class media day. Class media, Accra FM, class FM, no more Pamo, President John Pamo.
No, how?
Yes, Kado Bia Kawase, and Colana Becatch, spouse for the back on Waka Genevisa. Oh, Froco Fiadams Gram Wafa, on one day.
Our visa.
Bien view. For whatever reason, you won't say this here. A government official.
I saw a topic in the answer. Not then, no more discussions.
And GBC. All right, so get me the comprehensive audits of the 13th African Games Accra 2023. So it's here. Kwame mo we de menya ne ye pa Kwame madinin shase because we need to have so Broadcasting and Production, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC, engagement of service providers without formal contracts. That is where it starts from. Inti Okansi, let's follow it well. Background, right? GBC was appointed as the host broadcaster for the 13th African Games pursuant to a formal agreement between the Ministry of Youth and Sports and Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Under this arrangement, GBC was responsible for providing and coordinating broadcast production services and related technical support for the games. The scope requires that all third-party engagements undertaken in the execution of this mandate be supported by clear contractual instruments consistent with public sector financial management, procurement, and accountability requirements. Okay. Findings. Auditor General, SA. Our review disclosed that GBC engaged the services of the following entities without explicit written contracts. Notwithstanding the financial commitments involved. So when you pick entity, the production room, TPR, training of GBC journalists, reporters, and crew. Under Professor Amin, They paid 57,000 euros to this entity, the production room. Meanwhile, GBC no ewo sa department ni bi wo ho. Okay. 2. Frontiers deal ni bi
Yo,
2. Silicon House Productions. Omo Jumane say renter of 2 out broadcast production vans. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
The GBC will be fitted.
Yes. I mean, Echo High B from Silicon House Production, it 165,000 USD. Third entity, Brostem Company Limited. So Omo provide satellite service. They paid them $65,000. So in grand total, you are dealing with about 3.5 million Ghana cedis. That is 57,000 euros and 230,000 plus, USD. Now, Auditor General say no signed contracts, service agreement, or legally binding instruments were made available to the audit team.
Okay.
To evidence the terms, scope, deliverables, pricing, risk allocation, or dispute resolution mechanisms governing the above engagement. And this is the recommendation from the Auditor General. We recommend that Professor Amin Al-Hassan should be sanctioned in accordance with Section 92 of the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663, as amended. Okay. So let's move from PPA ratification and procurement irregularities. Let's move. Go to the next point. Quick one. Okay. So let's go. Let's go to the way findings and recommendations and blah 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 blah. Okay. So it's okay. Okay. All right. So patch up bra from the start so that amount for benya. Fair idea of the whole bra. Okay, so I'll say the audit identified the following: ex post PPA approval, linkage between park proceedings, and those are issues also about the discussions on dealings also with GBC during those that games until then we deal with the figures. Quick one. Okay, so here inadequate justification for single source procurement. The request for PPA ratification relied predominantly on time constraints, so without sufficient supporting analysis and documentary justification to establish exclusivity, agency beyond foreseeable planning, technical uniqueness, or absence of reasonable alternatives. Now, absence of price reasonableness and benchmarking. And here, this is where the problem is. There was no evidence of price reasonableness testing, market survey, or benchmarking conducted to ensure value for money prior to engaging the service providers. That is the above entities now boy. Okay, so procure services and financial exposure. The services procured under the above circumstances are summarized. Entity, PSG, and this is GBC contract, which was worth 44 million Ghana cedis, and go through the procurement procedure, nothing. So PGS almost service na International Broadcast Center. I mean, etria omoka 2 million euros. Wow. Okay, so the production room, Asia Beshemu Habiu. Training of GBC journalists, reporters, and crew by the production. Okay, say, okay, say, Akwa Kenofurata.
Yeah.
Etimi Ekofa, a South Africa company. Say, Omobram Gigi, a Sika GRA for no. Omobram yes, Jumano. Can you imagine? And you can see a boo now pay a booyah. Okay.
This GBC okay, any that payment, you know.
Yeah.
I remember say omuko to figure no.
Yeah.
Omuba abeka so omunye sike biasa in free GBC, but now auditor general's report in
yes.
Yes.
And
it's embarrassing.
Yes.
Very, very embarrassing. And you see, the most important thing it saddens me. Obete na enipakwe Dr. Asumesi wako school, Professor Asumesi ena edano. Ghana Telecom, there's a similar case.
I see.
I'm telling you, but omo court you know, we
you
can't
say
much
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. It's sad. I see nyina pesi bugana komo efaso. And people see this and watch. Into maybe someone says school be braye kwa board doctorate yenya professor. It is supposed to turn things around. But the more people get education, omo ko menim no, now they are finding new ways of rather stealing.
I think you need to qualify it well. The more black man get educated, the more black man become a criminal.
Or person this is
yeah, black man yeah more educated than not done criminal.
Exactly.
Now, me I'm not done, please. The more black man educated no, now osua boni di more.
Exactly. I said the law is more open to him to see the loopholes and to use it. But there be so what obon say obewie na ye de jimia ka odin ho, because some things are so obvious. How can you tell me say oh ba ye your friends so ba sign a deal and yet me cry be a ye me da ebusua ano a me ye bibi wo ebusua din mo kra no me make sure say me gi receipt na me wo fa se ahwe receipt no ehun say de na ye enie o ti ase na adwuma anya o de anya mama de anya papa de a wo de wanu hunu aka tro bi say mama o contract yi koye nothing to show your commitment and the people's commitment.
Okay, so he's a professor. What system no match? Only say aban sisa the here working your way out to the top. Then you are good. You are okay.
No, but there are a lot of things that you can't work your way out.
But he has stayed there for 1.5 years.
It's because
he's enjoying salary.
GBC assembly. Yeah, me yana say. Emrano is so protective. So protective say. Omampini kra ye ba fufure ye friend administrators na chief executives and idea no. It is so protective. Say untumi enyi sa untumi
nyina ya no na na workers no they mention honorable Felix Kwachi and I'm like because your president.
Yes.
Ampem. Okay, ampem.
Thank you.
President Kufuor
classical example.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
He went to court.
Yes.
Won.
Yes. Reinstated.
Ghana had 10 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Yeah, about to so Jay and also buy no koye we su kikira. He will go to court.
20 million.
He will go to court. So sometimes to
so they, but you see, but with this one,
but yeah,
to me a new arbitrary, but the law will take care of you. Say ode sa case we court and ade ba ko a me ya I sense ye me de in another way. Say His Excellency Mahama Akachre and say ye ba be special court to deal with Auditor General's reports, because the worst it will go and they say ye be call Parliamentary Select Committee on this Auditor General's reports. Ye be share no TV so ye beka ye beka aden ye wi a won hu nipa here dey o makoko gina court based on that.
No.
Until the only thing is say we shame them and all that, but that is not what the people of Ghana want. Okay, the people of Ghana want punishment after this revelation.
But in this situation like this, Professor, issue.
Yes.
Don't you think sir buying bet me catch and say on chine ho compare some by investigation na awie.
So I buy yes, I buy bet to catch or say Jina
through the NMC.
Exactly. I buy bet to me aye. That one is for me is appealing to him. He has a choice to say yes or no. But who they know Eko Jina quarter, one of the reliefs are and say the court must make sure I said the investigation no the case the investigator's case and they say he still has capacity of influencing this thing. So the court should make him stay aside until this case is done. and it must be part of the plea.
Okay, so even before the court,
yes.
Can the workers' union leaders go to court, say court and cancel Papa on while investigations goes on?
They can give it a try. Your laws in Ghana, sometimes it can be funny. You must justify why. And there's justification, and they say, you hear evidence to support our case. This is the chief executive. He is the DG. How do we get information whilst he's still seated at the place? That is justification.
Yeah.
But let's try the law. Because I would not even advise the president at his level to write to him to step aside. It must come through the investigation. Say this person must step aside. Now you shed your no better, because I will not allow my president to write that letter and later okase onye based on the protective laws that he has and all those things. Now say president annoy our firm, which I wouldn't want to do. We have a lot of bodies who can deal with these issues through the NMC to make sure say obetana you partner.
All right, thanks. Let me finish this table, then we move to the other ones. Dawson Sikano or Yene Basabasa and Dawson the brain. Okay, so the production room TPR almost trainee journalist 57,000 euros. Almost €2, no more $2. I don't get it. I don't get it. So Quality Media Productions SL, almost production of broadcast feeds, Fido, so $1 million. $1 million. Silicon House Productions, almost a PMO, say rental of 2 out broadcast production vans, $165,000 standard. First one is 165. Brostem Company Limited satellite service $65,000. So on the issue of creating a broadcast center and everything, so no omuko mundache say wa say $1.230 million here and $2.113 million euros. Charlie, it no be small money. It no be small money. Okay, you share recommendation. You share recommendation from the recommendation from the Auditor General. We recommend that Professor Amin Al-Hassan should be sanctioned in accordance with Section 92 of the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663. As amended. Okay, so subject use of GBC staff in execution of PGS and QMP contracts without commensurate revenue to GBC. So in short, to cut it short, Okanse, with this issue, me redeem one or pay. Omo Alpha company. Okay, so let's go through this one, quick one. On 27th February 2024, GBC entered into a contract with PGS for the provision of the International Broadcast Center and technical production services for the games at the total cost of €2 million. Sankrofono omudi kaiba first table no so no. Yeah, almost say I'll go through no. So the contract explicitly stipulates that the service provider undertakes to provide the required personnel for the execution of the service, because I mean, maybe faster by mamia, which means you have your own people, blah blah blah. Now, similarly, on 22nd February 2024, GBC entered into a separate contract with Quality Media Productions at a contract sum of $1 million, under which Quality undertook to provide highly specialized technical personnel to operate all technical means involved in the production of the games as defined in the Annex 1 of the contract. So the mechanic previous. All right, so however, a review of the PGS contract assets and the GBC crew deployment schedules shows extensive deployment of GBC staff to perform both technical and editorial functions across venues during the games, notwithstanding the contractual obligation on PGS and QMP to provide their own personnel. Findings: the auditor established the following. So let's do it. One, contradiction between contractual obligations and actual execution. So the PGS contract provides that the service provider shall supply the necessary editorial and technical crew, yet the venue allocation schedule shows significant numbers of GBC staff deployed in roles such as camera operators, shading operators, audio assistants, editors, producers, producers and directors across Ghana venues. So virtually, this kind of maomo. You don't match Eddie, but the GBC for ne beko akoye ejuma. You understand? Absence of revenue sharing or cost recovery arrangements, the use of GBC staff to execute third-party contracts, those are the findings. So let's come to the recommendation, quick one, then we move on. Auditor General will say, we recommend that future third-party contracts include clear revenue sharing and resource utilization clauses. Meanwhile, Professor Amina Lassa, Director General GBC, should be held liable for the lapses. So then we have regular training contracts with the production room, the TPR, almost Jomsika. So mainly there was just like 3, 4, 5 entities being Alasa and one more able game. He give them the money and as to say if indeed say Onyane card there, which is not established in this report, so you can't tell. But then you see people will speculate, say, why would you just like to pay this huge sum of monies to these entities? Meanwhile, now the GBC phone call and Juma. In the other in the one Kipiskano and Obi Betty can say this causing financial loss to the institution, to the entity, GBC. And there are serious issues breeding. Free eba. This report is so comprehensive. This is a Professor Amina Lassa, a very noble man whom she was where she penny and said no, my mention me said no, me Professor me. So you realize that we look at our benefits, our pockets more than doing the right thing. And I can say, yeah, we are GBC, battles are rising. So dirty, it doesn't make sense. And say them dika kind you see BNI focus him. BNI can decide say yeah, far report no command Attorney General and them. And I can't 1 year. Into make you answer because why madam for you mean a free
before
back.
O can say no. Yama ejuma friend is Kwame Kwachi ejuma bi.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube.
Yeah.
GBC a call your friend is saying a friend is a parliament. Into type $3 million was paid to GBC for all African Games coverage. I remember YouTube video be. Me per se obo baby Sam George a question a friend is in GBC.
Okay.
And it's about 5 to 10 minutes. That's portion. Ombo na yenti ancestor omde maye. When they're refusing, say, Omunjisi Kebia.
Professor Amin.
Professor Amin.
Now, him say, start you know. Answer a question. The minia Bemaka is a with my records, no. Now, mature early bold stands against cash payment.
Yes.
Your friend is
I'm not sure, mommy. Mature
that. Papa also now host to your friends Saturday sports. Your friends. On your Monday, Kwabena Bobie Monday. You know, or your Saturday sports highlighting there.
Neni Susun, very noble
man. Me friend, Kweku Bibi. Also a GBC.
Yeah.
And now on also so.
Otasa Lacoste.
Me da say.
Yeah.
On also so. Ebe ma evidence. Ewo. Evidence ne de pa. Into our YouTube.
The evidence. Can you recall some of the?
He denied all the monies, ne? And your ma, the bar, your friends, a committee, necessary. Say, and you're proper, and they didn't see any money like that. Into no. That is the video. The person Kwame Mo.
Oh,
was for, and whether payment has been made for same.
Thank you so much. Yes, GBC was the official broadcaster for the African Games, the 13th African Games, and I can confirm that full payment have been made.
Where former minister?
Yusuf. Okay, so I mean the buy.
Yes, I mean so buy.
Okay.
And now Kweku, the Mire Fini didn't know expo, so we only know all my.
I know that's in the
excess of $3 million US dollars.
You paid GBC
Control
in excess of $3 million.
For suicide, medase.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, this 3 million on Hunda.
Chairman,
I believe you see, say, you 3 million a moment.
GBC appears before us because most of the technicians who worked on the All Africa Games have still not been paid. And so we wanted to ascertain if you have paid and how much has been paid. Chairman, I'm grateful.
You see, so it's $3 million. GBC buy on almost $3 million. It was a news item.
Yes.
What you say?
First time I try the early bowl stands against cash payments now during that games. International big frame and opaway. Ebesi we are kosi enwumre the all my dream pan say all African games pa there na GBC say they mention thousands the mobile $500,000.
Yes, so even before NMPP, there was a clear confusion between
exactly
and
confusion
and DJ.
Confusion.
That is what I'm saying, because
our minds were clear. Said
no, but you see, said Otua Sikano. Then DJ say we Otua.
Exactly.
Also
meanwhile, DJ so I payments via my entities. Entities need to make us on Tia or Maka. Everyone can one.
They be on no crap on it. Say, as at that time, your kind of say, entity be like it. They were in charge to have done that. What they had received, and so until no he cleared himself totally. And now, they say I walk no. Like I remember, I say, oh, in Shase no, Skebi echo ne say ye near the Connie Ding, and no church say GBC near there, and so Skebi Musa, and sign contract GBasa. And Tebe PM Musa report to which I say, near the kind, they say I mean your bear Macan. Now, what say they? And 1,000 CDs, and 300 CDs. Now, what this Kakra small be over feature cry, you say Trosso GC. No, actual. Now, Obi Bo Bibisa of fear crap. E so tron and yes I work print here type bibia o pen o de becho me first car me to the automa me madam for your friend Henry no you more really good ni write o de throw paper I tell say matoka o o sa bre no so 13 million e da me wo do pum sisi a enja se me na on make am say Ghana Broadcasting Corporation an institution like that na over coffee security gate nya paper o wa ko GBC da. Yeah. GBC when you say entrance or no so come more cheat be na all the go inside. What did they can say? Yes, me say security man me say me bude nim cha I'm looking down on them. Now security crap paper. A home paper wa e so tro ne o go sra no. Na yen ko entra trasa na yen san ko du DG ho a o ma contract a o bo 500,000 o bo we say in euros and dollars. Now can say there's no paperwork covering such contracts. Now I mean where are we? Now, look at the start of this matter. Nobody is saying they should start sacking anybody. We first action now on lead ways, no, he should step aside to protect his own integrity.
Yes, but you see, when you have a great person, he's not.
No, the National Media Commission should ask him to step aside. And offer who are down for GBC or Bekachiro or Maketia. Now, Van na material can me you match him say Jim. Avant the bend the eka Ghana ya de akugu dabe and me say training of journalism say mesere e o de obo bia na me
identify together. In the waterway.
The BNI is done with, questioning Professor.
So I feel I'm a former case in court.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
And he has 1 year left into Obi Nim Ada. And what we are hearing from the executive arm, little information here picking say the executive arm also don't want to commit conform mistake where the man will get a chance and go.
Your employer has every right to protect you and also protect themselves by the laws. The same law now actually say oye wejuma me and how yema onye wejuma no sa emrana so kire say ejuma na oye no ubu bi oye bibi etia ejuma na say say bibia ntimi kra enye bibia kra the fact say utimi ye contract ya more than 1,000 Ghana cedis now abrebi mu na homa bi eni hu no o biara onim law ntimi nka kire me say we have to wait for minyane akuga de o kan me ne nyadwene why you contract best 10,000 season for human for one ube kofie me ne nyadwene. I'm not angry at you, I'm angry at the system where I want you to keep your hand away from it. There's no law in the world. I actually say you can apply the money of the state. Say on buy that boy no akọ sika no the mention say class FM hay na mo koto ade no o ko discount accountant ha on sign bibia say o the okoye no say ade bia receipt ni ho a on a certificate say the receipt wa una a payment voucher and no ade na me NGO adwuma mu no dada no e wo mitirim sesi a jai mo bia me confuse me wa. I'll stand by it till I die. What I know, you cannot change my mind. What I say, I may say in accounting principles, I'm not looking down on Class FM, but I'm saying, say, and your GBC, Class FM, Hano, Moya, Momuskadia, Kotoadia, Mon Sign Bibia, Ade. Why? What has Ghana done? Ghana now, I am Dane. Ghana, I am Bonebe. So I
have this message from senior editor. The Hawk newspaper, right? And Onona sent this message. So this one is not coming from me, and he is liable for a text message in here. My duty is to read it on his behalf. And this is what Mr. Charles McCarthy says. On the GBC mess, the National Media Commission is in collusion with the professor. Workers started agitating since 2025.
Thank you.
So this
I told you. There's a power. There's a power. NMC
that one is not in doubt. What you say? Angela Meka say NMC for Nankasa.
Even with that one, no, I don't doubt it. But you see, I think I've grown to a certain point. There are some arenas you go and to be like it's personal something. I don't like yes.
No, I appreciate where you are coming from.
Then I want to deal with the criminal matter.
Exactly. NMC na they have their job, and you say they don't only appoint, they also disappoint. When they appoint you, they can remove you from the place. There's nowhere in this world that the president, God forbid. Oh yeah, there in Tom Raswa. Do you know he can be impeached?
Oh yeah, of course.
So there's for every place that you are appointed to, there's a process of removing you when you go against it.
Okay, say there's a process of impeachment. In the same way, the Director General, signs were processes.
But are you aware that automatically, if it is so grievous, Parliament can take that decision within a split of a moment?
I don't know that law.
No. What I'm saying is that if the country lose hope, not Parliament, no say they are impeaching you now. Process now can go through it, but it's not like it gives you the laxity to stay on for whatever time.
You see, I want to deal with the realities.
No, but the reality is that the ban we are talking about.
Yes.
If you ask him to step aside, you have not infringed on his rights. So for the good of the system, it is actually an option that is used to keep the sanity and the sanctity of the system.
That's why Bobie gave an example.
Yes.
Of a system where President Kufuor tried that. Taking a friend and saying GBC.
That is a sack.
No, with Kufuor issue, he
sacked the person.
But so with this issue, we are talking about.
When they ask you to step aside, you are not sacked though.
Meba, I just want to be very careful in this matter and this pronouncement.
Yeah.
Bibi ayebe ano emra e govern no.
Creating special tax court no. You creating special court for treating corruption matters. And you can know amino ya adwini o. Ma the baby I make sure say report na ebe pie mu abont no. E kire say asemi aye kan kakra etwu. Na ho no baby aye ka say National Media Commission no so omo ka che on tranche no. Sa action e de wo tranche no. And kire say why your body bia o.
I agree.
And no kire say action has been taken
those steps to push Media Commission.
No, nobody should take. That is why I want to correct you. There's a one that you have to go appeal to the president. That's a different matter.
Exactly.
With the board, National Media Commission, it's actually a board itself that appointed the person.
Yes.
So they can take. Nobody needs to go and petition to them. It's like the GAR.
And they are refusing to see what you are seeing.
So that is why I have an issue with them to go and call the guy to step aside. So I'm not against the National Media Commission. I'm not against the gentleman. Like you said, abontini baby no, baby a omudi omuni no. Or no abet me aka say asem we aka actually musical e sheme into me ko horo mensa answer na maba.
You see, baby, I know you are at a point, but you see, when NMC is refusing to see what you are seeing for them to take an action, say on step aside for this investigation and all those things.
Okay, but I say okay.
You know,
so they are pretending to be sleeping.
Yes, they are pretending to be
sleeping. It's very
sleeping.
difficult to wake such a person up.
Exactly. It's in DM run about to make NMC.
Say always say on die. So what damn pa? Say me pray ni say for best. Well, me pray 1 2 3 4.
I understand.
But said that say what that they are.
Exactly.
And they over 19 years.
Must push him to take that action.
Okay.
And the minimum rakra betumi eyusu. I stand to be corrected. Minimum ra ya sheshe so a betumi amombe take that action because the best deal sa buying po episode opamona say a buying cranny NMC eye baako to take an action. But yes, this is the situation almost say omada. So that is what I'm saying say gidi ya workers no eye enade no. So oyobi a owo conscience ene ekobo blaster match anko ye. Blaster coach then no say waka. Osman Pem baby entina you understand based on the terms of contract and all those things, you know. Mama Pem baby entina. So if GBC today workers all decide say the whole week ye mejuma host Emma DJ Emma Obia Emma
ya be boy don say bonina actually no bruninti
you understand na say before you nim say dey na and no say GBC for a week say ye nkwajuma until say ye nya results from sika eye due yen obi akwakodi yes ye ne age abra ye nim ho hwe. I'm telling you NMC will wake up. Something must push NMC to wake up.
Something legally radical.
Yes. Must push into 1 week. Na GBC obi any security ni obi any ho. Obi oti ya
fa
exactly. She obi bi ya share. Action will come.
They should be angry enough.
Sometimes we are not angry enough. But baby ye dru sesi ano. Me ade ba kwa eha me. Anase meka semestre His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The thing you decided to do was brilliant. Every Ghanaian supports it. We
are rather motivating the offender.
You get it. So if Sahar court we ever Nasi start to see a cleaning up, when you go to the ministries and you follow paper trail, I bet you say chronon koso da Ghana. Because the first thing baby says, I did procure and I say, ye budget one, yes, a na ye de budget. Na budget for approve.
She said, very systematic.
I'm telling you,
you see a bureaucratic system.
Audit.
A very bureaucratic system.
Bureaucratic system.
I got problem, bro. What was that? System we have. It's your money fine.
You understand about what you or the document because say obi the whole day or buy a document back no be hojuma. And you are confused that they are doing something.
And everything must start from a desk office.
Yeah.
Say adewe ye here ye department. Ye hear this quantity and all those things. It starts from there. Now ushe signatures na approvals afa papers ni nyina so ansana call for payment. No be say who say the other way how did it happen? Na ni party horse ye friend me professor. Ye friend me doctor. Me say obi doctor and as a professor obu amede man.
Obu odi ni huni.
Me nyi na me hu say say na pe.
No.
You understand? Because people on the streets have more integrity with these people with titles.
The more almost the more they become criminals.
Yeah. No, I may say, so we
opportunity now on 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Are you ready? All right. So it was Public Accounts Committee, right?
Public Accounts
Okay, thank you so much for the information. Between Sam George and Yusuf and Al Hassan on this.
Paid for at 3 times the market rates. Food bills nobody can explain. 1 man, 3 companies, 150 million Ghana cedis. A university that was promised and never built, and a WhatsApp voice note that killed the entire legacy. Today, we are taking you inside Ghana's most expensive sporting event, the 13th African Games. The Auditor General has just released his findings, and what's in that report is frankly a lot. We are breaking down every major finding: the accommodation, the food, the infrastructure, the one man who seemed to be everywhere at the center of it all, and the legacy promise that died on WhatsApp. Buckle up. I'm Jacqueline Asima Yeboah, and this is Joy News Explains. Let's go back to the beginning, because this story doesn't start with a scandal. It starts with a dream. Now, in October 2018, Ghana won the bid to host the 13th African Games. We had 54 African nations representing, thousands of athletes all coming together. And it was Ghana's first time ever hosting the Continental Games. It was supposed to be more than sport. Parliament then approved a $170 million loan from Cal Bank and a $145 million contract with a UK construction company to build the facilities. The promise to Ghanaians was simple: we are not just building stadiums, we are building the future. Then the games happened.
Please rise. His Excellency the President has just arrived, and he is flanked by, of course, our members, our ministers, our diplomatic corps, also flanked by the chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency Musa Faki Mahamat, and the Minister of Youth and Sport, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, also joining His Excellency the President is the chairman of the LOC, Dr. Kwabena Ansah.
And when the dust settled, the Auditor General was called in. President John Dramani Mahama commissioned the forensic audit by a formal letter and said the feeding bill was $15 million.
140 plus or 245 million United States dollars, right? And out of which we got to even know, for instance, key amongst them was a whooping amount of $15 million, which amounts or works to close to or a bit over 226 million Ghana cedis.
Found over 33 million cedis in unsupported cost components embedded in the catering contracts: transport, utilities, staffing, infrastructure, all bundled in with no schedules or build-ups. $15 billion feeding bill. We may never know the truth because nobody kept the receipts. Now, the infrastructure. Parliament approved one construction company, one contract, which was $145 million. What actually happened? 3 contractors, not one. $50 million more than Parliament approved. And the flagship promise, a 50,000 capacity Olympic stadium at Boteman. It was never built. Only 40 of 100 acres at Boteman were used. The access road, which was estimated at $22 million, was quietly given to a different contractor outside the game's budget entirely. Then came something called the May Action Plan, a variation order on the Boteman contract that produced a net value loss of $34 million. Works worth 49 million were removed. Only 15 million came back. And at the Legon Sports Village, a hostel that had just been built was repainted for over $1 million. To repaint a building that was already paid to be painted. Physical inspections found cracked slabs, cold joints in concrete, corrosion, drainage failures. The estimated repairs needed. The reason Ghanaians were told Boteman would never be a white elephant. A legacy subcommittee was set up. They designed the curricula, certificates, programs, degree courses. They planned governance structures. They worked on getting government approval and accreditation. Then The LOC staffed them of funds, suspended preparations, briefly restarted, and then sent a WhatsApp voice message telling them to stop work indefinitely. There was no letter, no formal communication.
At Joy FM, that is where we killed this report from, and we are grateful for that. I mean, it's a national interest something. So wherever we pick a report, we just talk about it. And yes, we call PAC, right? I think we should move on. Okay. Anyway, all right, okay. So that's it. But say you see the end there, you don't have to do with the stadium and those things. But the GBC issue still hangs. Send me a message. Let me check if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so citizen, good job on GBC. I want to contribute to the program. Okay, so a friend of GBC since 1977. Wow. I think then we will need like 2 hours for my very good friend, so that we can talk about GBC, because but unfortunately a time a call. The Accra mechanics workers they should take it easy. Ghana and Rawaha, whichever way a person will deal with the issue and it should be civil. Say I'm not sure the GBC Workers Union no Sebita Frache Obipe DJ Nedi. They want it right. Me GBC in Commodity Mejedi. The reason why I'm discussing Professor Amin Al-Hassan, there is some criminality somewhere. We want to know whether indeed he is liable or not. Ena eyomaisika mimi tuya tax. Say Professor Amin Al-Hassan tini baby Amin could discuss na infanya she on Tebiani Mamini, measurement Tebiani Manini. I don't even know his family. He doesn't know my family. He'll be out to the baby. But so far as Uber saw on my office moody, I
like that
one. Okay, funny resignation letter.
Coach say me the pass me kuganaka say no. Now I know very well say it is because of his cultural background. If you free bano and koye na enungwase ba obesi form. Na nya no nko ye nkohwehwe de nti a o si form yi nso. Okay, so maybe ya man kwan ema the Jumano. No, so maybe I think portions of the resignation will give us a fair idea. Okay. So let's get into it. Quick one. So we have Carlos Queiroz ne Facebook post or de my bye, and I read to Ghana. Football, like life, teaches us one timeless lesson: you either win or you learn. I live this journey with pride in what we achieved, but also with the healthy dissatisfaction, underline, healthy dissatisfaction of those who always wanted more. Reaching a higher level should never be the destination. It should be the beginning of even greater ambitions. The future of the Black Stars will not be built only on the pitch. Black Stars' success must start off the field by creating the best possible environment to prepare, protect, and develop Ghana's extraordinary football talent. To my president and board, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve the Ghana national football team. It was an honor and privilege to serve the country and the Black Stars. To my players and staff, my deepest gratitude for your courage, commitment, and unwavering dedication to the team. To the fans, we cannot claim complete sporting satisfaction, but we can proudly say that we honored
the colors of Ghana and restored respect and credibility to the Black Stars on football greatest stage. Thank you, Ghana. The journey starts now to the future. All right. So, but he touched on something, or say, the future of the Black Stars, and that is, I think, paragraph 2. The future of the Black Stars will not be built only on the pitch. Black Stars success must start off the field by creating the best possible environment to prepare, protect, and develop Ghana's extraordinary football talent. Building best possible environment so that they can prepare the team.
Okay.
Protect what they have built, that environment, and use that environment to develop the talent we have. Okay. Now, let me just put some figures out. It's very interesting.
Have you realized we are was about management?
Yes, management.
So when him say Crowway Munana, your resources, you go diamond, oil, BBR, our systems are so poor, so you are not getting the best out of it.
So you see, that is why really?
We are poor managers indeed.
February 28th, 2024. I say Office of the Director General, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. To the Minister for Youth and Sports, request for approval of contracts and invoice for 13th African Games. Now, one Mr. Bano receive letter no. Yes, 28th February. 2 million something quality media production. 1 million. The production room. Almost 57,000. Silicon production. Almost 175,000.
Yes. So we are there. Somebody fought it.
Okay, GBC 24-hour games channel support. Supporting cry $105,000. Positive communication for the $20,000. Mr. Bano no because the reason why he says attach copies into because Ubabek Diska contract only some crofo way no say attach it.
I said no, proceed.
Anyway, into na most coach in today.
I say a time million to go.
Carlos Guerrero say
attach. What? Why are they pa? But teacher about what they say in fact I say attach. What say the mob Brunino kono or say ebedi nkunim na ebegina na niama yewo as resources the be my idea enye pitch ne so nko a or part say baby
attachment ne ka
ho.
Okay, so let's come back to this.
I don't know Jete Kotrase. I don't know Benjamin Sai Trase. So some Crawford good materials they were gelling along.
Yeah.
Who substitutes a winning team?
Okay, so let's do this quick analysis. Okraku, what is his full name? Ketokraku. No,
Ketokraku. Sorry.
Ketokraku ebeso GFMU in 2019.
Right.
Enomotuaba. That was in October. Ewo a year. I'm afraid I say. I didn't get insurgents.
Yes, physicians region about yeah.
So 2019 October I'm to about enomu no. Let's pick under 17. And maybe that breakdown on my Facebook page. I can say when him say from 2019 Bepem Semenotia Ghana Black Starlets under 17 and qualify World Cup under Ket Okrekuda.
Omo first we say World Cup victory no.
Starlets under 17. You qualify for World Cup da. Obefa a satellite under 20 from 2019.
And met your team now.
I'm coming. Omo you qualify from World Cup da.
You see.
Obefa a Meteors. You call 2004 say 92 near call a year Barcelona. 2004 near qualify for Athens. A free war which means from that time to Cosinyan Techi time you qualify and your friend say Ket Edibetoso. Ket is so the Betoso you qualify that. You take Black Stars. The last time a Black Star AFCON it me qualify our group stage 2017. No, that is Gabon and Egypt. Bako ye the fourth. Bako ye the say round 16 or so, no more a year. If you saw Craig Befire, you bought AFCON 2 under the leadership. Nina no
very embarrassing dropouts.
You group stage go no ani abefie. Kopem se Comoros. Ye any Comoros, any Mozambique. Ewo group mu na Comoros a qualify.
Yeah, calculations wa.
Na yeah calculations.
When we board draw.
The last time I said Black Star above ball from 2019, I qualified from group stage. Just the recent opportunity. Offer in the whole. Baby aketo kreku ede on my Ghana ball abedru no. Now, management, Black Star management. Committee no Randy Abe, Steven Apia, Dr. Century, Moses Sanfo or something. And then there's another guy. So these are the people. Satellite ni saadi and omuni because according to sources, ni say Black Star committee no na say just satellite ni wadwuma ni nyina abomobo. And they are doing everything. Yenyama the kind of dream ne katsase ne niema basa ekoso GFO yenyamba ho. But then again, the other side of the story is that say World Cup winning World Cup are scandal free. Minim say omuba bedura and niema be payo. Yene de minim ho asem. But so far, I think this World Cup ahunidie kakraba. Hey. Onam kasi so unim binaka, I don't have any problem. But compared to the previous ones, compared to Brazil, compared to Germany, compared to South Africa, Kasakasa ne. So I don't know. Now you are privy to something.
So
don't worry. Maybe yeah. So you can open up, and I'm ready to. Look, me when I sincerely see my main cast bro. NDC. Yen can say me some of us. At summer I told me as Empire FM and yes, we name the consequences. But some of us were ready for it. That say NDC in Kwadi and also with me, I'm ready. Kill me. So if NDC is in power, I don't want to see NDC flopping. And this will be unless when you give it to me, you don't give me evidence. One mommy evidence that was me koka akuga once I won't do it.
Oh yes.
No, I won't do it.
No evidence again.
Because you know the yes are now afraid they acquire or time.
No evidence is the game.
But if you have something now you provide me say oh Kofi Adams say ni say we say ni say ya. No. Me I won't show anybody. Any uni I will share me up akasa mo. Won kasa won kura mo ma me hwe. Na won kasa mo fa so be na won so. Bibi anyame. So if you have it, but I think say
honestly, I think
baby our crowd could no. Now when we pick our juvenile football down, yentimin building free baby obi catch him and say a free so mo introduce you MRI. Say scan be checking in Colorado Pino. Say under 17 yentimi mobile.
Opa say biaka.
No, but that's the reality. Yeah. Yentimi grumi and call them for monko.
Yeah.
Because
our version of Ronaldo's no way. So can I say Ronaldo more above the starlets.
Ombe catch say Udu Saka kura beji we best. Say na Udu Saka ba ko kura wi da. So
now match.
Having a reality no.
No Messi. No Fagana there no.
Having a reality no.
Boy no.
UDS. Now me feel say UDS Akwaji University a football tournament the whole world. And I thought say UDS by the players no. You bet me Edwomu Ewura ye set up no mu ama ya build BB because you can UDS boys no cohesion.
Bobie me ma won kasa bebre.
But no me dey to amamo.
Ya so mu kakra ne enko.
How?
First of all, Accra House of Folk, how much is their highest paid player? Menya sure so nim.
Oh, 2005.
Asante Kotoko. How much is their highest?
2000.
What you say? To have a league we are proud of. Obia ne selection for Black Stars. At least. Yes, so I kasa we tire bebrebe no. How many times you need sika set team nim? Because if you believe, nkrofo wa Ghana etua Manchester for or some do so said and idea. You don't even have a local club here. I make us a busumi bia no, but me 500 and I say me 1,000. But the name, especially me no Accra House of Onye. Player be a na tem, ye be in some so unim the catcher war. But who is investing
no,
but,
in the but I couldn't you see.
For me, semi per se player, it to me bo league at was Ghana for 4 years.
Yes, it's
Samatex me da say.
Clear now.
Me da say. Tell me can say Timber for no ni more. Timber me chance ni kura ni say they are doing good. No team should play in the Premier League. I yen to me entry player a minimum of 20,000 a month. And notice say who 20,000 a month. And not to me the caveat et also say enya $1 million ye metumbia emeto obebo uliga. Or no soon in so wasting the time because he can't originate apart from winning bonuses and all those things. We can't be able to do it if managers of the clubs and you know say private property and not your friend is saying
yes Again, let's face reality. If we are to deal with the local league, let's face reality. As much as GFA our responsibility to organize a very quality premiership, talk about sponsorship, because every premier club needs sponsorship to run.
Yes.
Too good.
As one off. They need it as one off.
Yes.
What you are saying?
But a major because
only my data make us say a one off no. Sponsorship is good. Obia obebebiano or nisika eba be shemi achama teams no. They will get some money to start and all that. But yen cannot create. Who will put his money into a league that is played on an empty stadium?
That is where I'm coming.
That is where the owners of the team must invest in quality players. Tell my Mimita Stadium.
You see, that is where I'm coming.
What you say? You can't keep a player for two seasons.
Debut.
We are not catching Mimna Stadium.
Akugan, it goes for me. I think it goes beyond they discuss it. Which I mean, you have a point. You have a very good point though. But Okoba bit to say, me menko abrocheda, menko
stadium hoda
UK da.
Yes, cities in Kobos Abra.
Me ni bi mpo na sisa. Me obi anu odi me medina chi. Because me ko hu kwasi asema me ba be. Anti
omo na benya asemi o.
Omo ma me nko bi kura ti me no me ha no wi ase. Now the point is that according to the ready and the nim. For yes. Ya ban ene efe ena ema quality.
You are right.
Local league.
You are right.
So UK, the government provides good security. Into almost to be bobo anajo. Almost to me any time. If you walk around within the week, Ghana say I'm saying on Bobby.
Yes.
Wednesdays.
Yes.
Midweek.
Yes.
And those
midweek.
And those
only akuga
so let me finish.
Problem here, the obetimi abobo here na trase.
There be you see there you know one thing.
I know one thing.
There be one thing. How only 1 billion ko say league ni mu wie a. Me say Ghana ha no enye about only the money. Catch la akuga say the obetimi abobo no. O te bench no so we amana Bobby.
Okay say wa raise ade bi a ye no na ye
fundamental.
Na say enra
na me mbo local league. Na me nya even Mozambique na me te wo. Meko. Oh, so I mean hwe Rollins time. Nebra Beshe even President Mills time. Right? But maybe I will stay with the Rollins era. The kind of football management and and the kind of people who were handling it have been perfect. The structures were there. Wouldn't be BT structure. Those days of Sam Dodu, Ben Kofi,
Sam Johnson, Mone,
so when you allow ref-raffs, small boys ref-raffs to take over GFA, this is the resource. And what I may drive it to know, when you allow ref-raffs, small boys who have managed to build their personality to beat the system, but Nyansankas and they don't have it. To hijack no, that is the reality because
no, because you were also with pedigree or more sports.
You see, sports pedigree is not about certificates.
Oh no, not certificates.
The problem GFA this cat guy has managed to push the term no echo 12 years. As we speak, as I can say yes, as 17 years old. Oh, after
how many years are 12 years?
I'm even your hotel procurator. I saw court on that. They brought the proposal. Say, you need a 4 years term. Into
and then say goodness is a good no not year reform.
Now you are getting
but why should that be?
Into all the second term no more man on the post no and no more proposal amendments this I say no more and fast and no more approve here into what was no or 12 years say seven we try am say 5 as 6 and let us agree that okra kunyam free so say
now also time na mepon
yeah. So now,
but it doesn't make sense.
Yes, Uncle 12 years. Okay, got 12 years.
God is asking.
You see, that is why sometimes FIFA regulations need be say when government intervenes in FIFA a year and this is where it gets murky. Because on a more serious note, I buy a book our sports more than the GFA and all those things. In fact, almost I can say about 80% or 90%. But the other sika money no so
because of the world, why should allow people to build cartel?
Yes,
they have become mafias.
Yes.
And omono ton omo players and the tournament are buying this Kakoshima ye near Breno. And
no marketing point.
Exactly. Over to you. I think you drew point.
Big stage now, Mukanya Mejimudi said, you also have the passion. Modo Ghana football. You started that inter schools. Now Bekaya, a baby crap on players. They are linked to schools, inter schools competitions. Papa be a near ball. A honina a chasse or near select number bebo million championships in Miami. A baby once upon a time in the history of this country Hearts of Oak 11 played an international match with Nigeria.
And it was a goalless draw.
Now, say, okay, if it's Kwame Nkrumah Breswa, the local players. Now, I'm going to league bay. And then, you see, 2 players, bet me now, Bakwe, a foreign player, Bakwe, a local. I didn't mean a foreign player, and it say, Obe Amagana. And so the 9 or the year business. What you say, Eddie? And now, the salary back say no. Say the year chian hono. And no, yet the Obabenya or Blaster had say, the only man cry coins. And he said, who the man shall local player now? And I want to say, 17, Echo Satellite, Echo Meteors. No, not local players. And they are Mobono. O Sipak no swa. I didn't mean the Dana Kumasu or yeah, Magana. You will say, Wabwa Ghana. Mienu say obo ama wanya opportunity bi o baby akobo ball nsa na ma mienu eda na ni so ntino obi rap match ni mu a onfe ni agro but that zeal, that quest, that sacrifice no ebi ni o se si a e kire say ni a wa ba no oba so obeboa minka so bia yi ni hu so obebo ball and so I don't have anything to hide. No, but player bit say Jordan. Me text here on my Facebook, I did be kind of public. Say at a point he was tired, and he's not the coach. What I say, and what was and an undercurrent.
With Jordan, this is what I think. Say me share body language dina madwene juma from psychological point of view. Jordan at Black Star mwache. One GF for na dili ache. Well, who said GFA for enya at the papa bia eboa omo. Enti ena wadru ni pick away. So who share the ball no obo ye me ha me ho.
Yes.
We go on in the end result.
Why do I get a knock? That's ya papa asema wo ka yi.
But one say pick somebody like Ajeti. Jerome Opoku.
Marketing.
He
was able to market himself to the world.
You can
see the zeal.
The zeal.
And then the GFA for
die.
Almost. And sometimes you can't also blame Jordan.
It is a no cockroach, so no
but the point
the hunger to perform.
No, but the point is that yentimi blame no obia okoka no maka cho say for evidence bra. Mind you, what we are discussing today and your Kreku administration kwana
exactly
because nyantachi ya can be ben kofinum time ya can be so almost selected players even in 92 there were issues
we were struggling with bring back the love
but
so
that time there was a little bit of sanity but today when so share Kreku figures with under 17 under 19 under 23 with the Black Star and any rational person and can't say young good GF and not the best in Sia.
Yes. Yes. And I agree with you on that. Look at this.
He has advisors. He's going.
We always say 2010 was our best performance at the World
Stage. It remains.
And Sebeka no crash then we must admit to say we are talking of the era of Stephen Appiah, Lai Kingston, Samuel Jan, Sule Muntari, and all that.
Die-hard players.
How were they put together? They started playing at the junior level.
Yeah.
They've played together to that level. And then, team they call World Cup. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many of them has played together? And then Morocco team are almost performing wonders. They were also from the youth team. Deliberately
going through the ranks.
And and then the new leader, new team. New leader, new selection.
Let me say last one.
Business now.
Can we stay on the last performance? How did this happen? Say 4 players, four. About 3 matches. Now when you are more contenance, imagine also maintain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you drop a winning team?
Because
they've built some gelling.
Elisa Owusu guy. I heard that Obi Akwala no. So even when a world stage, and even when Ghanaians were shouting, "This is Elisha boy, he must be in there." You hear people questioning. I don't know why we're still on that's ball.
And Ghana, they share two at the microphone.
Exactly. They heard that they say management for ni bini Brandon Asantinya issues. Also, I know I want more broach, or more confidence.
Yes, on
OGF Obu Biasa, and you may be passing something also. And
no class and no catcher. Just say semi
GF for your worry, Sabita Fracture, and who I never be a control with Kevin Boateng.
Debbie. You can't. Prince Kevin Boateng, a Dimbi Pano Abono, a Dimbi Pano Abono, a uniform,
or say the letter betune. We are say,
yes,
do I say,
yes.
So
when they
come,
you watch a video, right? Yeah. You watch a video.
Yeah. So when they can't bully you,
they must find a way for
the
you.
The Ghana spirit is always fighting them. They don't fear the Ghana spirit. Now, any nation that doesn't honor its heroes, this is how you end up.
For me,
how did we exit even the day are you? How did we exit Asamoah? How did we exit these good guys?
Me the day you say also they be on Facebook. Me tiasie da. The day you. I know it's far better than Onia Jordan.
Look, they could have performed better even in whatever shape he is now at the World Cup.
Of course.
The zeal.
I don't want us to dwell too much on the Black Stars. If you don't get the fundamentals right, yes, definitely what you build on will be wrong.
But I'm not against you. The reason why I'm on the Black Stars is that, look, it's not as if you see. I'm not against you. It is not as if the players.
My Sundays, where I spend it after church at the stadium, I don't do it anymore.
Okay, yes. So, Mama,
it's as if we didn't have the players. We have them on the bench.
Pick Morocco. Morocco had the same set of players. Is it Russia or Qatar? Qatar with the coach Walid. And normally call quarterfinals, semi-finals. Sorry,
yeah.
Semi-finals. Only fourth.
Yeah,
Morocco,
and they maintained them.
4 years down the line. Morocco came back to another World Cup with the same
and they are doing magic,
the same structure, and with a different coach, but same results.
Exactly.
Now, semi-finals. You see, this is my point. You suit that point. Pick the Moroccan players. All of them ball outside.
Outside, yeah.
None of them biennois or free or more.
But what is the administration?
Exactly.
Management
but Moroccan government,
which we must do here.
Temperate be to us a massa. You don't change a winning squad. Say any and even the king of Morocco, a devotee can be at the Atour Amawama. They are using it to run the national team. A friendly match.
Yeah.
No more cycle, even when there is no tournament.
Exactly.
They have been able to keep them. And to share players a bar Qatar. Just bakum you be na ababa beka hon.
So it is showing.
Also, on one of them ball AFCON.
President Trump did not go to say you spare the player.
Exactly.
We should be concerned.
Yeah. So
we should be interested.
What are we learning?
Yes,
the foreigners, foreign players and babebo. However, how do we maintain the team? Because we can give examples across the Africa.
And let's do it right. Let's do the right things. Kevin Prince watching now can Mengo just for 10 seconds. What did he go and talk about? Jesse. They gave them jerseys that he thought he had issues with. What I say, I'm only a training. They speak it the way it is. If you can't give me anything at all, these are basics.
But
and if you run things down to that level, and not just say any players. No, look, I agree with him. We should go through the coach system and strengthen all those base school competitions. He produced players like Asamoah. You remember he played academy football.
Yeah.
He came into Liberty Professionals, right? And then he played on that stage. You can rank all of them through some of our local channels. I like the fact that you spoken that truth. And so we potting we ekofa teams na yeko edim nyina no ni amako hu ni say yeko do international stage wo na ya na marketing because wo ho eno yanko anka ene a ene yanka kire president minister say omutimi fra GFA peyin ka kire say we Ghana ni ye betimi enso ayede de ti ahyem e de ho agim ama sankofo no motoma out 12 years ade no ebi mu nyina be kwa issue the same due process na wo kai no ni achene ma sign
kwan ya fa so ye nyantechi no I think say abrantie we a waba out ababeka say yes obobo pa but do the 70% of our earnings ama ye ansana ye de wo aka ho no say obetuma boa yen na so our recording be and now say our evidence be now we can use it as an investigative pointer and kebebua the future of our sports.
It should.
Because enyema we no yatia from yenkwada brass. Yatia from yenkwada brass. Negotiate we must have a point. Obi will boldly come out to say mini and all that. Yes, at least Muntari and Kelvin Prince Watting. Exit from the Black Star, no, they some story. No, not directly for an investigative purpose, but I think we must start doing some of these things and the in future in our sports because Nipa Bako cannot hold the whole nation because the level of.
So your presence, you also interfere.
No, this is not interference in the country. This is two different things. You see, now a whole African Cup. Every Obi, because the law says Obi exited 20 minutes, you must end it.
Yes.
Now you declared so we lose you. You didn't do it. You called them to come back. Yababe boy we am lose up penalty at watching ye we akwa bomb match ama Senegal wini. No be akwa tra dem say because the law says it will be free park 20 minutes. It is called off and all. You didn't call it off. Yababe boy, we are determined. We at the African. So those decisions from Trump and useless decisions.
But honestly, I must say, with our state of football, any situation, no, it wasn't an abysmal performance. But like, see, American and yeah, Adibia, they say, Yanya de cry, and so can ye talk a cry. We could have saved this.
Okay, so Kofi says in Ghana,
people are waiting for.
She's not playing this year, celebration. Black Stars bobo and Nanka. Yes, say yempoa.
Oh, why not?
We know say ya be support. On my last match, but me no.
Hold on, 2010 ya Murphy.
Yes, we celebrated them. You understand? All right, so, even with this team, Ankasa,